This is Leaf Life. All things cannabis for all people. Now, Ricker and the Bearded Lorax.
We publish a free magazine called The Leaf that is available in print in 14 states at your local cannabis retailer. And you can pick us up online visually at leafmagazines.com. Get that S in there. I'm Mike Ricker, your host of Leaf Life, with my co-host and the founder of The Leaf in 2010, Wes Abney, also known as the Bearded Lorax.
I speak for the trees.
And of course, there's the majestic AJ OG.
Aloha, hola, OG.
And the incredible Mary J. White.
So baked with love.
Okay.
High-octane powerboats deliver a water sports thrill that fuels the athletes with adrenaline and the spectators with delight. But as this sport gains popularity worldwide, what dynamics does it require to compete with other Tier 1 sports, and how will cannabis play a role? This is Hydroplane racing and cannabis.
It's better when it's wetter.
You know, that's one of our old-fashioned jokes is boat racers make you wetter. And it's very inappropriate. I'm sorry.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's
Let's get wet. Let's go. Let's get wet.
Well, our first segment, the best in boat racing. That's John Peters right there. And our second segment, international acceptance. But before we get educated, we got to get medicated. So let's get stoned.
Yeah.
All right, wherever your day has led you, now it's time to fire up, chew up, or drink up. Get in the mood, because we're about to introduce this show's Greg the Guinea Pig.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Greg the Guinea Pig. Who's our guest this week?
Greg the Guinea Pig warning. These tasks are undertaken by experienced cannabis users and under the supervision of accredited professionals. So please take our advice and definitely try this at home.
John Peters is the team principal and driver of Team Blue Rising in the E1 series of hydroplane racing. He holds the second most speed records ever for boat racing. And also, he's the owner and CEO of PENWAY Media, who does printing and packaging for cannabis companies based in Washington State, and going to be expanding to New Jersey and Maine soon, hopefully. John Peters, welcome to the Leaf Life Podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate
right.
it. Here, I got a gift for you guys.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Yeah, we just got some sweatshirts made.
Sick.
I got 3 different sizes here.
Do you have?
Those are Penway Media?
These are, Pen Pack. Yeah.
These are tight, bro.
Yeah, these actually look really good. I got this one for you.
Oh, that one's for, okay.
It's Christmas Day. AJ, this matches your head
really good.
wrap,
my
by the
gosh,
way.
I'm so excited.
These
y'all.
are gorgeous.
funny.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
they
going to
turn
put it
out-
on.
That is
I'm
our.
putting it on.
So when we do samples and stuff, because of the packaging, we always build our own line, and this is a herbology line, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And it was, so about 2 years ago, we got started on AI art, and this is one of our first really mature AI art designs that we've implemented all over everything else.
Gorgeous.
So,
Look
yeah,
at that.
That's
nice.
a cool hoodie, man.
That's gorgeous.
Very stony, and now we got to get stony. So, AJ, spin that wheel and see what's in AJ's stash.
Oh boy.
And now,
Right.
what's in AJ's stash?
What you got in there, AJ? By the way, we got a pinch hitter. You're going to be pinch hitting for John.
I appreciate that. Yes, we need a celebrity stand-in. I hear you're a celebrity, and
well,
you're
thank
you're sitting.
you.
You need a celebrity sit-in.
He's
There
taking
you
over
go.
the show.
Hey,
Oh, boy.
celebrity stoner sitting.
What are we hitting, AJ?
All right, y'all. Let's see here. Well, since I'm going to kick it off. So we've got these awesome joints that are from Rockstar Cannabis out of California. I want y'all to see they've got the Popstar Slims for the ladies, if you will, or the femme-like. And they've got this other one called the Roadie, which is dope. It's like a blunt.
So Rockstar makes the roadie.
The Rockstar Roadie, it's like a smaller blunt with a glass tip. It's very fancy.
Looks like
and
a
it comes in
cigar.
its own little box that has a little push open and some matches for you, a Boveda pack for humidity. So it
Nice.
feels like a connoisseur cigar experience.
Yeah, Rockstar threw the after party at the network show down in Los Angeles recently, and it was tight. great, man. Fortunate Youth played, packed house, and everybody was smoking Rockstar Prerolls, man. Really good joints right there. So fire that up.
All right.
AJ, you know, you're the connoisseur.
That's
And
right.
John's just going to kick
Yes,
it, and we're going
I
to talk about
can.
hydroplane racing. So our first segment, man, the best in boat racing. John, you've been doing this a long time. This is your expertise. You're always flying all over the world to race boats. How did you get so good being from Washington?
You know, something in the water here in Washington, right? You know, I don't know. There's a couple of main places across the United States. Here's Washington, Seattle area. There's Oregon. It used to be Southern California, no longer, but there's also Michigan and then Oklahoma is also a really good spot. So we're just kind of in the mecca of boat racing. We have a really good ability to access water here in Western Washington. It gets more and more limited. We kind of have that middle where it's that July, August, where all boaters get the water.
Yeah, it's
We kinda-
rough.
Yeah, literally rough. We have to be on very smooth water, and so we kind of have to go on the outskirts of the summer. In the middle of the summer, we usually go to Eastern Washington, or we do our national trips and whatnot.
So you're looking for a lake
Yeah.
to practice.
Practice, race as well. Yeah, absolutely. So don't want to get too far ahead. I got multiple ways that I do race boats. So
Well, I have to ask.
Yeah, please go ahead. I'm so excited. Can you tell?
Well, yeah, I know, me too. Because I grew up in Seattle, and we used the hydroplane races every
Yep.
summer. Was
Seafair.
like the highlight.
Oh, yeah.
And my brothers would make little wooden hydroplanes and put
Pull
them
them behind the bikes?
Behind the bikes,
Exactly.
It was a big damn deal. So remember the Budweiser? Oh my God.
Yep,
So
yep,
do
yep.
you?
They won every year.
Yeah. It was a-
Mostly.
They
and-
really didn't. I have a couple of really good stories
Miss
about
Rock.
Chip.
Oh,
Miss
yeah,
Rock.
Chip,
Yeah,
yeah.
Chip
I know
Hanauer. He
Chip,
drove the
yeah.
mid.
Well,
the
dude,
boat.
Miss Rock I was a
Yeah.
DJ at
That's
KISW. That was the boat.
That was
what
your
was his
boat.
name?
Chip
Chip
Hanauer.
Hanauer.
But
Yeah.
the last gentleman who ran the Miss Rock was Aaron Salmon.
Okay.
And he's a good acquaintance of
So
mine
it was
as well.
a big local race
Yeah,
here called
absolutely.
Seafair. Now they're not doing it anymore. It's an air show.
It is it's an air show that happens to have a boat race. So
Yeah.
it's still there. It's a little bit more of a down deal. But so like perhaps when you were growing up, when our parents or your father, it was UW football.
University of Washington.
Yes, sir. And go Dogs. I'm not really from there. I like
It's
the
okay.
Huskies and Cougars too. I said Washington State. But then also there was a hydroplane race at Seafair. And so
Yes.
that's where our local audience really love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the radio station I worked for actually sponsored a boat.
Exactly.
It was
Yeah.
Miss Rock, and that was very rare. And every year, that was a big deal for the radio station.
Massive.
And it was a big deal for us party revelers because you go out and you get on a yacht or something like that ties up to a log boom outside of the
Yes.
periphery of where the boats race. And you kick it and you drink alcohol and, clothes start flying off. And these
very
boat
fun.
races are
Allegedly.
the
Yeah.
whole time, and it's really thrilling to watch. So you've become one of the best in the business.
I have that. So that level of unlimited hydroplanes is stagnant. I have never gone up to that level, nor have I wanted to get that level. It's a lot of bragging rights, and I'm not going to speak bad about them at all. It's just not the way I wanted to do it. What I have done is the records that I've set to go in a straight line, turn around, come back, very similar to Bonneville Salt Flats. Also a measured distance, a 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, 4 mile circle record courses. And so then you come back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But so you have like a limited or unlimited?
I would be definitely defined as a limited. So we have specific class rules.
Yeah.
And so that's one style of racing I do. Now, the team principal and the driver of the E1 series, that's the first international electric boat racing series there is.
Electric.
It is. It's based out of London. Our team, Team Blue Rising, is based out of Mumbai and Dubai. Our LC is actually in Dubai. And so I run the team. We have people from the team and
I want to talk about it in the second segment, who your
really
owner is
cool.
Got it.
and how boat racing is so popular in other countries. But first I want to know, what does it feel like to drive that baby? And how fast are you going?
Well, so the electric boats are not as fast as they should be. So we're going to kind of say not as
Well, you
fast as they
press
should.
on the gas pedal of
all
a
the
Tesla.
boats.
Yes. But however, I do
hydroplane.
own with Princeton Electric Speedboating, which I'm the official driver for Princeton University. How cool is that? First off, some schmuck from the West Coast. We set a year ago in October the world's fastest electric boat record at 121 miles per hour.
On the water.
On the water. And we're building another boat with twice the horsepower, and we should do about 160 or so. So hopefully we do that in the spring.
Do you have to be like a jockey and keep your weight down?
Thankfully my frame is just oozes sexiness. And
Yes. I know.
not as much as our bearded Lorax. I mean, that is
appreciate
all
that.
kind of oozing. That sounds awful.
Well,
I'm sorry.
well, he has a beard and you have a mustache, so it's different.
That is, I've never heard that before. I'm going to write that down.
What is it called?
Molestache.
It's a porn.
I never.
You have a molestation too.
Yeah. That's. I feel that one's much more appropriate. No. What was the question? I'm discombobulated now.
And he didn't even get high. What's it feel like behind the wheel of that boat?
That's right. So it's a balance. So you drive in a car. Well, I got a good story about tomorrow too about a car. But it's a hydroplane. So don't forget the hydro's the water. The plane is actually the plane part. And so you go through the water and then you separate from the water and you're actually floating on air. Exactly. Yes. And you're dumping air side to side, front to
Like
back.
a hovercraft.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but you're not. Hovercraft is actively putting air down. Here we're using compression and trying to create a plane in a straight line. And then when you come to a corner, you have to make it a boat. So you sit down and you turn around and then you go in the straight and you get up on the air and you fly it.
That's how it's done.
Yes. And so that moment that your boat gets kind of unstuck from the water, a lot of the classes around 62, 65, 70 miles an hour. You can feel it and you start to fly. And you can kind of feel it in the back of your neck. And you can kind of feel it, I say in your hips. I keep on I communicate in the hips.
You're feeling it in your circus area.
And
Like
then,
modern
and then
Cupid.
and then you start to fly. And some boats have ways to control the attitude of the motor. Some boats have a canard, a wing basically in the front that you can control with your other foot. So you control the attitude of the boat. So there's different ways. So if you don't control the attitude of the boat, you flip up and over. You try to touch the sky. And that's usually you don't want to do that because it's just time consuming to fix it.
Well, plus you can die.
You're strapped in, right?
You know, we usually don't talk about that. Thank you.
Don't
yes,
manifest it, Mary.
we are strapped in, and we actually have a helmet that has air in it as well. So a scuba mask. We're in a 5-point. I wear a 7-point harness, and so we're, nothing's ever safe. But I would rather race a boat than walk down I-5.
Well,
so, everything's relative.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes.
True.
True.
You said the canard was what controls.
Sure. So think of a wing. Think of a wing in the front. And so at the very, very front of the boat, you can control this wing up and down. And actually it creates a negative force on the top of the wing or the bottom of the wing, depending on how you do it. Blunt force, you tip it down, your front of your boat goes down. So that stops it from the front of the boat.
really good, strong canard.
An accurate one. It's not the size of it, it's how you use it. So that is 100% the truth.
All right, John, now it's time for you to play I Heart Bearded Loraxes, which you do.
They call him the Bearded Lorax.
Oh, hello. So adorable.
A guardian of nature and a poet of the heart.
I love his beard.
With a beard of golden threads and eyes as deep as the ocean.
So cute.
He moves with grace and poise.
What a stud.
This is where devotion and enchantment weave a magical symphony.
Now that's a real man.
This is I Heart Bearded Loraxes.
What an intro. You wanted to ask a question, John.
Yeah, John.
What is the deal with
Bearded Loraxes?
What's that?
Nothing.
No. Unicorns.
Well, we love them, John.
Don't we all?
Yes. So
But-
why is there a question?
Please, I may have overstepped my boundary.
What kind of
Is it
unicorn?
because-
I'm going to pull that back.
Is it because the Bearded Lorax has a pet unicorn?
Well,
He captured one in his yard. They poop in his yard.
I don't think. Did you capture or do you just help it?
Let's
you guys live in
Catch and release.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Moving
love
on.
bearded Loraxes?
Who doesn't?
Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
This is the game.
Okay.
Perfect.
So this should be really
unicorns.
easy for you.
Well,
All right. Number one, John. If a bearded Lorax were to frolic with a pollock in the Black Sea while chewing garlic, would the garlic make him seasick if he were to throw a thick brick at a mollusk that took a wallop?
would he be seasick? No.
That's
Absolutely
incorrect.
not.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It would definitely make the bearded Lorax queasy.
What? But why?
Unquestionably.
Well, the garlic, it's a very good, healthy, you put
Yeah.
in your ear. Yeah, it's
You're
that.
right.
I got stuck with that, and it's
Frolicking with a pollock, bro, in the Black Sea while chewing garlic. Okay, number 2. Sorry.
Do you even say pollock
The
anymore?
garlic is a savior. You're right about the garlic.
Yeah.
In the Black Sea, where the bearded Lorax frolicked with a pollock while chewing garlic, would he go into shock after talking to a rock named Brock, who was wearing a frock at 3 o'clock, if the rock wrote his name with chalk in Bangkok?
Who is the Dr. Seuss around here?
Him.
What are you talking about? This is I Heart Bearded Lorax.
Ricker Seuss.
Pardon me. Could you repeat the question?
No,
false.
please, God, don't.
False.
He's saying no? He's wrong again. Yes, in fact, the bearded Lorax is still in shock right now.
Me too.
Wow, bro, you're not paying very close attention over
Is
there.
our friend Brock the real Brock Rock in your Brock Rock stories?
Yes.
I knew it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that,
Bells
AJ.
going off.
He's a rock star.
Yeah, which you just smoked. And number 3.
Okay.
If the bearded Lorax went into shock after talking to Brock the Rock, who wore a frock at 3 o'clock and wrote his name with chalk in Bangkok, would the bearded Lorax still frolic with a pollock while chewing garlic in the Black Sea after throwing a thick brick at a mollusk that took a wallop?
Oh, God.
Is that the same question to us?
It really sounds so some. I'm going to go true on this one.
You're wrong again. I'm sorry. The answer is nope. The bearded Lorax would need to take a crap and a nap after putting on his sleeping cap designed with a map of Mozambique.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not Zimbabwe.
All comes, nope.
God.
Okay. It's Mozambique, bro. It all comes together. Yeah.
It does. Full circle.
I'm exhausted.
If you want to discover cannabis news, reviews, entertainment, and culture, and explore every single Leaf magazine at your convenience, search leafmagazines.com. Coming up in our second segment, we'll dive into the international acceptance of not just hydroplane racing, but cannabis also. We'll get into another spin of AJ's wheel, and we'll kick it all off with another episode of Where in the World with Mary J. White. Leaf Life continues in just a moment.
These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.